Thanks for joining us. I'm Evan Krugel. A crash in Lakewood has left one person dead after a driver hit a pedestrian. Police say this happened at the intersection of South Wadsworth and West Eastman Place. You can see our Sky 9 flew over the area earlier this morning. You can see police completely blocking off the northbound lanes of Wadsworth. Those lanes remained closed for hours. They did reopen at about 10 o'clock this morning. It wasn't just drivers in Lakewood who were impacted by a crash this morning. Denver police are currently investigating a different crash involving a Cherry Creek School District bus. This crash happened at the intersection of East Union Avenue and DTC Boulevard. Sky 9 flew over this crash as well. You can see the bus hanging over a retaining wall of a nearby shopping center, as well as the black sedan that was involved. Details are limited, but police say the sedan was turning left when it was hit by the school bus. Thankfully, no children were on the bus at the time of the crash. Taking a live look this morning over Fort Collins, a chilly start to the day, but things are starting to warm up out there. Joining me now is Keely Chalmers with our 9 News Weather Impact Team. Keely, pretty nice week ahead.
Absolutely. We've got certainly a cooler weekend for you. We've got temperatures in the 60s today, 50s tomorrow, and then we're topping out in the 40s on Sunday. We have a cold front moving through. That's going to change things up. But as for today, we're calm, mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures right now in the low 60s around the Denver metro area. So taking a look at our current temperatures, 50s and 60s across the plains. We're mainly in the 40s up in the mountains, and we're at 54 degrees in Grand Junction. Live radar, we've got a ridge of high pressure kind of building in for today. It's going to stick around only briefly. We are seeing some light snow falling across the northern mountains, and we'll see this light snow scattered off and on throughout the afternoon. Temperatures, we are going to climb into the mid 60s, reaching our high right around 64 degrees by 2 o'clock, staying there for 3 o'clock. And again, we've got a mix of sun and clouds, and then we're dropping down into the upper 50s by 5 o'clock. We do clear out as a cold front moves on through it and starts to drop those temperatures. Partly sunny today, 64 degrees. That is our forecast high. Our average normal high for this time of the year is 57, so warmer than that, but then we're going to drop down below normal tomorrow and certainly on Sunday as we have a cool weekend and a windy weekend. Those winds really picking up across the plains for tomorrow. We'll talk more about that, what to expect. Warm next week, potential record heat tomorrow, at least pretty close to record heat next week, and a winter weather pattern, snow possibly returning to our forecast even at the lower elevations by about November 15th, 16th. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a bit.
All right, I'll believe it when I see it. Thanks, Keely. The Trump administration is now asking a federal appeals court to block a judge's order to fully fund SNAP. This after a judge ruled yesterday that the administration must find the money to fully fund November's SNAP food benefits. The judge also said the administration had not acted quickly enough to release funds, resulting in today's deadline. The administration is instead asking to continue with a plan to partially distribute SNAP payments this month. This morning, travelers are facing widespread flight cancellations as the government shutdown and staffing shortages disrupt air travel across the country.
We have been rebooked on an 8 o'clock flight, but that flight is also delayed now until 11 p.m. and might never take off.
Quite a headache for travelers. Today, there is a 4% reduction in flight operations nationwide to reduce strain on the system. If the shutdown drags on, the FAA plans to reduce flights by 6% by Tuesday, then to 10% by next Friday to ensure top safety. Right now, FAA employees are working without pay. For many, it's been almost a month since they got their last paycheck. The Air Traffic Controllers Union says the industry is facing possible mass resignations as workers remain unpaid during the shutdown. We're told by a regional union representative that their last paycheck was only half of what they worked, leaving them struggling to cover rent, food, and childcare. The FAA reductions are affecting people here in Colorado as well. 9 News consumer investigator Steve Stager takes a look at the options flyers have if their flight has been altered or if they want a refund.
FlightAware says that DIA has 74 flights canceled going in and out of the airport today. You can take a look at the board and see some of the cancellations outbound. As far as this goes, DIA is the third in the country when it comes to outgoing flight cancellations and second in the country when it comes to incoming flight cancellations. The FAA ordered airlines to cut 4% of their flights out of DIA, another 39 airports across the country starting today. That percentage is going to ramp up in the coming days, getting to 10% a week from today. The airline has been scrambling to make these tough decisions over the last 36 to 48 hours, and a lot of them are offering passengers something for changing their plans. Most airlines are waiving change fees for passengers traveling during this time. Delta says anyone traveling from, to, or through one of the impacted airports can change, cancel, or refund their flight. American is offering refunds for flights canceled for any reasons and said customers can change their flight or request a refund without penalty. And United's CEO announced that anyone who doesn't want to travel, even if they aren't flying through impacted areas, are eligible for a refund. An airline industry analyst I spoke to said that is unprecedented.
You can request a refund to your original form of payment, no questions asked. That's highly unusual for airlines to make that offer, and it is subject to change. They could extend it, they could rescind it. But as of now, you have the ability to get a full refund, or I should say full refund, but a refund for your unused portion of the ticket if you do not want to travel for the next 7 days.
So in the meantime, the best advice for you is to treat this like holiday travel or a snowstorm. Check your flight status before you leave for your flight, and check your airline's website to see if they're offering you any incentives to change your plans or cancel them altogether. At Denver International Airport, Steve Stager, 9 News.